Morning to everybody or Jai Jinendra. So today we are going to discuss on the goal and prerequisites of Preksha meditation, but we have also decided that before discussion we have to practice meditation. So it would be better first we have to take a meditation session and then we will come to the discussion. So we have hardly 15 to 20 minutes or half an hour for meditating. And then we will discuss what we have meditated. So everybody is ready for meditation?
Okay. Awesome, yes.
Yes. So today's meditation is mindfulness. We know what is mindfulness. Anybody can say?
With alertness.
Yes. So we have to be alert to our each and every action, each and every thought, each and every words. So whatever you are doing in daytime or nighttime, if you are sleeping, then also you have to be aware of your sleep or your dreams or anything which is coming or popping up in the mind. Daytime, we are performing so many things or we are acting all the times. So it is not necessary for this particular meditation that you have to sit at one place for half an hour or for 1 hour or for more time, but just you have to be watchful to your each and every action. If you are giving some treatment to patients or you are doing some surgery, you have to be completely focused on the surgery or any other things which you are doing. Okay, so you have to be in present moment. This is the first condition of mindfulness. The second is that you have to be aware of each and everything, whatever is taking place in your mind, whatever is happening inside the body, and whatever you are doing outside. So that is the second. And third is that whenever you are doing something, you have to do with full consciousness, full alertness, full awareness. So these are the three main conditions for practicing mindfulness. So this week is meant for practicing mindfulness. It means you have to practice mindfulness throughout the week. And you have to be alert of everything, whatever you are doing or you are taking rest even. So this is what I have said in very brief, and we can discuss it in more detail when we come to discussion. So please be ready for meditation. Sit in a comfortable posture in which you can sit for half an hour with steadiness and with full concentration. So in mindfulness, we would see that what is happening inside the body. Okay, because this moment we are not performing any other act, but we are concentrating on ourselves. So just we have to concentrate on our body, all body functions. And doctor knows very well that what are the functions of different organs of our body or different parts of our body. So they at once can connect with that, but other people also know little bit what is function of our body or function of our different organs of our body. So we on meditation, in mindful meditation, we have to be mindful of our bodily actions or bodily functions. And mind is also there in the body, so we have also thoughts. We have to be watchful to our thoughts even, and also the bodily functions. So it is in normal conditions, we find that we don't know what is happening inside the body. We are aware of our external world, of our surroundings, but we don't know what is happening inside the body, how the body is working from inside. So that can be realized when we become more and more mindful and introvert. Okay, so this is mindfulness which we are practicing right now. Just we have to sit in a comfortable posture for 15 to 20 minutes. Close your eyes softly, keep your backbone and neck straight. Keep both the hands in the posture of knowledge on the knee, facing upward sky. With 5 long Om sounds, we are starting our meditation session. Om. 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 Relax. Relax your body. Today we are practicing mindful meditation. In this meditation, we will be watchful to each and every function of our bodily organs and also to our thoughts. Concentrate your mind on the big toe of your right leg and try to see each and every function, vibrations, sensations, respiration, and all other activities of your big toe. Be attentive to all the smaller, bigger activities of your big toe. See how cells are functioning, tissues, bones, muscles, nerves, motor nerves, sensory nerves, how they are functioning. Try to visualize all the functions of your toe, now concentrate on each and every finger of the right leg. Visualize in the same manner all the activities of each and every finger. Concentrate on the sole part, ankle, calf muscles, knee, thigh, up to the hip joints. See each and every part of your right leg. See the functions of each and every cell, tissues, bones, nerves, and muscles. How they are performing their act to keep your body alive, functional, and conscious. Now concentrate your mind on the big toe of your left leg. Starting from the toe to hip joints. Concentrate on each and every organs, cells, tissues, bones, nerves, muscles. See their functions. With the concentration of your mind, you will find that the functions are becoming normal and balanced. Now concentrate your mind on the upper part of your body, on the wrist, on the waist, stomach, large intestine, small intestine, gonads, adrenal glands, liver, kidneys, pancreas, gallbladder, food canal, trachea, lungs, alveolus, collarbones. See each and every organ. Visualize their functions, their activities. See the heartbeats, how your heart is functioning. See the functions of all these internal organs. See the internal, all the organs. Visualize their functions. Now concentrate your mind on the back side. Concentrate on your backbone, spinal cord. See each and every vertebra. Nerves coming out of the vertebrae or in between the vertebrae. See the spinal cord. Each and every cell, tissues, nerves, bones, and muscles of your backside. Be completely aware of all these bodily functions, organs. Be attentive. Now concentrate your mind on the thumb of your right hand. See in the same manner. Visualize all the activities, functions, vibrations, sensations. Concentrate on each and every finger, palm, wrist, up to the shoulder. See the whole hand. Visualize the function of the hand. Now concentrate your mind on the thumb of the left hand. Each and every finger, palm, wrist, up to the shoulder. See each and every part. Try to visualize all the functions, activities. Now concentrate your mind on the throat. In the last week, you have practiced relaxation of throat. In mindfulness, you have to be just aware of all your throat activities or functions. See the function of thyroid, parathyroid, metabolism, vocal cord, trachea, food canal, which are passing through throat. See the function of each and every cell, tissues, nerves, bones, muscles, organs. See how throat is working from inside, how it is controlling all the bodily functions through metabolism. Now concentrate your mind on your facial organs. Chin, cheeks, lips, teeth, palate, tongue, nose, eyes, ears, forehead, and entire brain. Right hemisphere, left hemisphere, brain stem, hypothalamus, limbic system. See each and every organ. See the functions of all facial organs. See the functions of brain, neurons. Their interconnections, neural connections. Be attentive, completely focused on visualization of the functions of your bodily organs. With mindfulness, physical energy and organs work in a proper manner, in a very balanced manner. And become relaxed. Now take 2 long breaths. With 2 long Om sounds, we are coming out of meditation. Om. Om. Meditation session is over. You can open the eyes. So how was the meditation?
It was very good, Swamiji. You feel like, your heart rate is nice and slow during the meditation, end of the meditation. Your breathing has become rhythmic and slow by end of the meditation. And one question I asked other Swamiji too. थोड़ा सा पोस्चर चेंजेस हो जाता है, शीतल शीतल करने के बाद थोड़ा स्टूपिंग हो जाता है, हैंड का पोस्चर भी थोड़ा सा बदल जाता है एक्चुअली बाय एंड ऑफ द मेडिटेशन एक्चुअली. Is that common?
Yeah, it is common. You start bending in front side, or you can say forward side. Okay, so it happens. But you should not go into sleep or drowsiness. You should be completely aware. Yes. Anybody wants to share any experience or how they have felt this meditation?
Samanaji, this is Abhishek, I had a question.
Yes.
When we are meditating,
Yes.
You said to be aware of the functions within,
Yeah.
let's say, the right toe and whatnot. And other places you said to visualize.
Yes.
Now, when we are trying to be aware of something, then we are watching what is happening. When we are trying to visualize, then we are projecting an image, or it's like I'm projecting. I don't know where my thyroids are. I can't be aware of where my thyroids are, but based on diagrams that I've studied, I can project where the thyroids might be. So is the goal to project, or is the goal to be aware?
The goal is to be aware.
But
Okay.
then projection gets in the way, right? I mean, then I'm trying to put something there which is not actually there.
See, projection in means only that you must know that where is the organ and in what shape it is, so that you can concentrate in a proper way. So that is the purpose to say that visualize, or visualization means you have to realize clearly what function is going on.
So Samnaji, any aids in improving the practice of awareness? I'll give you an example. You said focus on the right big toe and be aware of the functions of the nerves and the cells. If
Yes.
as far as I'm being aware, there is nothing there, and unless there is a let's say a pain or a movement in a particular part of the body,
Yeah.
I'm not really I'm in my awareness. There is nothing else other than me trying to find create in a mental map, be aware of where my actual toe is. There is nothing in the toe. So how do I improve that practice of awareness, if you will?
Okay.
Because right now there is nothing in my awareness unless there is
Okay.
pain or
So
movement.
yeah, you are correct. See, in one day practice, you cannot realize everything, whatever is being instructed. Okay. But eventually, if you will continue this meditation at least for 5 to 15 minutes at regular basis, then eventually you would realize that yes, these organs are working, these nerves are working, these cells are functioning, and what are their functions. So that can be realized, but not just in one day practice. Okay.
Right, Shamiji. I was asking if there is anything. I mean, I've been practicing for a while, but is there
Yeah.
anything that you can do to um, improve that exercise in awareness? Because what I've understood so far is that anytime I'm projecting something, right, I'm actively looking to see something move, then it's a mental idea that's being projected there. I'm not actually being aware of that specific, or only once the
Okay.
mental idea gets out of the way are you actually become aware. So is there anything that can be done to speed up the process, or is just you keep practicing and over time somewhere along the line it will happen?
Yes, just this time you are thinking in between the practicing. Okay. So that's why you have to try to visualize, or you can say visualize or realize. Okay. Without thinking, without going into any kind of mental images or thinking or thoughts. So that will help you to get those vibrations or functions of body directly, without image.
Okay, Samniji.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Just a follow-up question on that, and just real quick. I mean, being in the medical field, I obviously can visualize everything. Like I not visualize, I can mentally visualize everything, just like what he was saying. My biggest problem is that I'm using my brain all the time. So when you're saying, look at the function of the internal organs, or think of this, I'm imagining a kidney in my mind, I'm imagining a liver in my mind, I'm thinking of it in the places where they're supposed to be, and thinking about the function, but I'm not really feeling anything or aware of anything in that place. So I'm having this similar kind of a problem because I think my mind, and as soon as I start thinking, then everything that you even see or are aware of, I think it just goes away. Like sometimes when I'm not thinking, I'm suddenly visualizing something. It's very difficult.
It is true. See, our mind is always popping up. Okay, it is becoming
All the time.
it is always thinking of what I'm instructing rather
Exactly.
than getting quiet. Okay, so that I have already said that it takes little bit time and regular
Okay.
practice. Okay, to come out of your mental boxes or mental images and concentrate just on realization. So you might have noted the lecture of Acharya Mahapragya, why Preksha meditation, and
Yes.
how you can reach to that state. He also said that just for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, when you sit for meditation, that is not enough for you.
Yeah,
Till
he said,
you practice throughout day and night, whenever you
Yeah.
get some time. It is not
Yeah.
necessary that you have to sit all the times for hours and hours, but whenever you are getting some time out of your work for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, you have to practice it regularly and many times in a day.
Yeah. But when you say being
Then
mindful,
you will enter into the real domain of meditation.
right. And when you're saying being mindful, because you're doing practice of mindfulness, right? So being mindful of everything that you're seeing or like feeling, then you
Yes.
are always using your mind, right? I mean, you're never not using your mind. The whole term
Yeah.
mindfulness
See,
means using your mind.
It is true. It is true. You are correct. See, meditation is the concentration of mind. Is it clear?
Right.
Concentration of mind. And concentration means you have to concentrate on one object
Correct.
at a time. Okay. And be aware of that and be
Right.
more and more in the present. So
Yeah.
that is the mindfulness. Okay.
Yeah. That's
We
the
are
mind.
not going into thoughtless state in the first moment, in the first practice, or in the first day. Clear? So we are this time we are concentrating our mind on the bodily functions.
Mhm.
So it must work there, because it must
go
be aware of those functions. It must realize that where is the organ, how it is functioning. So that must thinking would come there.
Come there, yeah.
That is not distraction, or that is not something which is not
Okay,
expected in
okay,
this
okay.
meditation. Yes.
Okay. Vandami
Yes.
Samiti, thank you.
Yes. Anybody has any question?
Samniji, I have a different experience today. I was working on something before I started this class, and you know that thing was little bit gave me a trouble. So when I thought, oh, it's a 7:38, I should join the class. Then I joined the class, and you were, this thing, the meditation was going on. I
Yes.
couldn't focus on, because that thought was giving me a trouble. So what should we do if it happens like that? Then what should we do to relieve ourselves from the past actions first?
Okay. Good question. See, when you have to be just for mindfulness, I have said that you have to be more and more in the present.
Yes.
Clear? More and
Yes,
more in the present. Your mind will go and start thinking about the past, but you have to drag it again back to your practice. So this kind of things you have to do again and many times till it starts focusing on the object on which we are emphasizing in meditation. Is it clear?
So you're saying if thought comes, so I should just say, okay, no, now I have to focus
Yeah,
on
this
the
is
present.
this time I have to focus on my bodily organs, or I have to realize my bodily functions. Okay, so you have to give again the instruction to mind that this is not the present work. Present work is to focus on this meditation.
Okay.
So you have to bring it in present. It will go in past again and again. You have to say it with a very soft way, that please concentrate on the present.
Okay. Got
Okay.
it.
So
Yes.
this is required for practicing meditation in the for the beginners.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
yes, Bharat.
Mandami Namosami.
Yes.
I was just going to say, first thing in the morning, when I wake up, I have so many thoughts of the day, which I'm thinking about what I want to do, what in my sleep, I suppose I've gone through what things are also important going forward. And so when I wake up, I tend to find when I initially sit down to do the meditation, I'm finding it difficult to push those thoughts away. So what I've been doing is I've been spending more time just focusing on my breathing, chanting the Om for a little bit longer than just 3 Oms. I'll do that for a minute. And then I'm finding that my thoughts are a little bit better controlled. And then I will do the meditation and think about parts. And as we discussed, again, like everybody else, I'm finding it difficult to push away the sort of medical side of me, thinking about the actual bodily parts, and concentrating more on sort of the mindfulness side of it. So is there some adjustments that we can do to try and bring our minds more into focus?
See, everything takes little bit time, is it not? We are expecting too much in the beginning. Okay. See, 23 hours or 4 hours or 23 and a half hours, we are thinking always of something or other. So mind is very much into that thinking process. So it will take some time to come out of thinking process or thoughts. Clear? And for that, you have to do some regular practice, not just for the class time. Okay, you should try to sit without thinking anything for 1 minute, 2 minutes, whenever you get some time in a day. Not more than. Our mind cannot stay even for one minute, but try that, okay, I am focusing on my breathing, I'm focusing on my bodily functions for 1 minute, 2 minutes. That much time, mind can be stable. So try many times. Give training to your mind to come out of thoughts, different ideas or images. Okay. So training is required. We need everywhere some training. We have to devote some time. We have to practice the same thing for many times. Then mind becomes used to of it. Okay. So this is what now should we discuss on the topic of today? We have 10 minutes.
Yes, Samniji.
Okay. So might be you all have watched the video lectures or listened to the video lectures of Acharya Mahapragya, though those lectures given by Acharya Mahapragya are in Hindi language. So most of the Indian scholars who are participating in this course, they have no problem to understand. But might be some Yifan or some other scholars who are joining this course may not be very much familiar with the Hindi language. So I have briefed the discussion of the videos in this particular talk. So just we have to see that what is the goal of Preksha meditation and what are the precautions we have to take before practicing any meditation. So what is the goal and what is the means of Preksha meditation? Actually, what happened, the images which and the slides, the design, or what we say, some pictures I have added, but they are not visible here. But I'm explaining here that there are two types of consciousness. One is which is working at sensory level, or sensuous level, and the other one is extrasensory. So just we have to see that we are not going directly to realize our extrasensory perception, extrasensory level of consciousness, but we are going through some path, and through sensory consciousness, we are trying to reach to that extrasensory level of our consciousness. So there are two ways to reach to that extrasensory level or you can say higher consciousness. And the first one is that how we can put control on our sensuous mind, or sensory, all the senses, 5 senses. So then we know that we are always, all the 5 senses are always looking outward, and they are always open to outside. And that's why we are always perceiving something in external world and always connected with that. And that kind of things are popping up all the times in our mind also, because mind is also functioning with the senses. Whatever sense data or stimulations are coming from outside, the mind is focusing on those things instead of thinking of something internal or some higher consciousness. So until and unless we start controlling our own sensory functions or mental functions, we cannot realize the higher goal of meditation, which is self-realization, which is the development of higher consciousness. So how we can do that? So in meditation, in yoga tradition, it is said that you have to invert your senses instead of keeping them always extrovert. So how you can do that? So you have to sit for the time being with closed eyes without doing anything. Then your senses start becoming introvert or introspective, and eventually you can realize that you are having some extraordinary consciousness or higher consciousness, which is latent till this moment, but we can activate it and can utilize it. So this is the one way which is known as a Pratisambhinta, or in Patanjali yoga tradition, you will find the word pratyahar. So pratyahar means make your all the senses introvert rather than extrovert. So whenever you are required, you think that, okay, I have to perform some actions outside, you can be engaged, but whenever you get some little bit time, you should close the eyes, keep all the senses without any functions, and you will find that eventually you are getting connected to your high consciousness. Second is your mind is so much fickle. If you are seated without doing anything, but in that moment, your mind never stops easily. And this is the problem, biggest problem, or biggest hindrance or obstacle in realizing the higher consciousness. So how we can put control on our mind? So we would learn, we have started learning meditation, how mind can be concentrated on one object at a time. Instead of thinking so many things at a time, how we can be more concentrated on one object or one task which we are performing at present moment. So that's why we were learning about the mindful meditation. Okay, those pictures are not appearing here because of this Google system. I have put all 3 levels of consciousness. There are 3 types of consciousness. One is called sensory consciousness. Second is subconsciousness. And the third is unconsciousness. So it is not consciousness in that true sense, but it is defined in psychology, that there are 3 levels of mind or 3 types of mind. One is sensory or conscious mind, other one is subconscious mind, and the third one is what we say unconscious mind. So these 3 minds are working together, and we are always becoming extrovert because of these type of 3 consciousness, which are somehow, you can say that they are part and parcel of sensory consciousness. They are connected with our senses or mind or emotions. So these 3 levels, how we can transcend these 3 levels of our consciousness. Generally, it is said that consciousness is good, but yes, the sensory consciousness helps us to perform and to complete or to fulfill our own physical functions or activities or necessities, and that is also required. And we must have also very good emotions, like affections to our family members or to our dear ones. Those emotions are also very good. And some other things which are coming out of our inner part of consciousness, which is called unconscious mind. So that is something good also coming out of that. So those things are good, but those things which are disturbing and distracting or making our mind more and more fickle or disturbed or in unrest, then we have to think of to transcend these 3 levels of consciousness and to reach to the higher level of consciousness. Again, the picture is not visible here, but you could see here on your laptop. This presentation is already uploaded. So here I have given the picture of multi-layers of our soul. Soul is very innate or very inside, but on the soul, there are so many layers. So there are 3 types of layers which are found as different bodies according to Jain philosophy. Soul is inside. On it, there is the layer of karmic body. And there is another layer, which is the layer of the tejas or bioelectric body. And the third layer, which is found as the gross body, which we say physical body, the body which we are able to perceive, and having bones, blood, etc. So these 3 layers are on the soul. When our consciousness starts exerting its power or energy or vibrations, they are very pure and divine and very good, positive. But as soon as those vibrations come in the contact of karmic body, then karmic body exerts its own vibrations or its own energy or effect, and our pure consciousness mixed with the karmic impressions or impulses and passes through the tejas body, which is the bioelectric body, which is called subconscious mind according to Jain view. And this bioelectric body exerts its own impulses and send all these inner vibrations which are mixed with karmic body to the physical body, and those vibrations come to the physical body and if activate our endocrine system, all the glands and their secretions, and those secretions mix in the blood and agitate our whole mind, body, and what we say vocal system, and we start doing some function. If emotions are impure, we are taking some wrong actions, we are thinking right things as wrong and wrong as right, and we are uttering such words which are hurting, harmful, and we can say very furious. So these kind of things are taking place because of these vibrations which are coming, especially from very inner core or inner part of our existence, and that is the karmic body mixing with our pure consciousness. So these are three layers. How we can transcend these physical layer, this bioelectric level and the karmic level, and can reach to the pure consciousness or pure soul. That is the main goal of meditation. And in that state, we can realize that we have infinite wisdom, infinite intuition, infinite bliss, and infinite energy. So during some fasting or long fasting, people are using that power of soul, and that's why they could survive, even not in spite of not taking food for 1 month or sometimes more than that. So that energy which is coming from our pure consciousness or pure soul can work if we are able to transcend these three levels of our body. Okay, sorry. So there are some pictures, but they are not visible here. Just I have explained. Now we are coming to the initiation. Just I'm taking hardly 10 minutes more than what time we have fixed for this session. So there are prerequisites of meditation. It means the precautions of meditations, because everybody cannot enter into meditation if he is living the life which is not preferable for practicing meditation. So we have to be alert that whether we are also doing the same thing. If it is, then we have to control them. So what are the prerequisites? So there are 5 prerequisites. One is bhavakriya. It means our mind must be completely focused on the things which we are practicing during meditation, or on which we want to practice on meditation. So that's why bhavakriya means, bhav means consciousness, kriya means action. If you are performing any action with full consciousness, then you will find that those things are working in a proper way and without any disturbance, without losing any energy. You will be more efficient in your work. You would be able to produce qualitative work or qualitative things when you are mindful completely. So mindfulness is the first requisite of meditation, that you have to be attentive to the instructions of meditation or the object on which you are meditating. Second is pratikriya mukti. It means a non-reaction. Those people who want to go into meditation, they have to develop this kind of nature, that they should not react on the things which are not positive or not in your favor. Live more and more in equanimity without going into liking or disliking or any kind of negative reactions. So this is the second condition for going into meditation. Third is that there may be some people who are not good and not behaving in a good way with you, but you must have friendliness to them also. Don't think that they are wrong people, they are bad people. Try to be friend to them, and at least your mind must be in the condition that you should not have any kind of hatred or jealousy or any kind of malice in your mind to such people. Then only you can meditate. Otherwise, those things will pop up in your mind and you will go on reacting at mental level and cannot go into deeper meditation. Next is mitra bhojan. It means you have to be very much moderate in taking diets. You cannot eat anything or everything which are disturbing your mind or very spicy, and that's why you are getting not very much concentrated on the things. Your mind is becoming more fickle or more extrovert. So that kind of things you should avoid in eating, so that you can concentrate on meditation. The last is mitbhashan. It is also very much important for a meditator that they should use very less words whenever they want to communicate anything, because if you speak more words or go on speaking day and night, all those things will disturb your mind, because whenever we speak, that also creates some kind of impressions in our mind. And whenever you go into meditation, they pop up and those things come into your memory. So, and you will start involving in them or engaging in those thoughts of past and future events. So if you are talking too much, then it is very difficult to become very stable on the object on which you want to meditate. And if our vocal cord is more active, our brain is also equally active. So if you want to stop non-stop chatting of your mind or brain, it is very, very essential that we have to observe the vow of silence for the time being. And that's why you will find that in all different meditational centers, they are suggesting that you should not chat with anybody. You should not. You should keep your mobile phones, etc., close during meditation or whenever you are coming for any camp. Even in Buddhist meditation, we find that they say that you should not use any phone, mobile, or you should not read even any newspaper or any other thing than what you are suggested to meditate on. So all the times when you are keeping silence, your mind starts automatic quieting, and it goes into deeper meditation. So there would not be too much thoughts in your mind during meditation if you start observing silence during that period of meditation. So it is required. These are the 5 essential requirements for a meditator, and they should start observing all these things. Then to go into meditation or in deeper meditation becomes very easy with time. So these are the 5 things which we have to practice during this semester. If we want to go into deeper meditation, want to realize our own inner powers, or want to awaken our inner internal energy centers. So these are 5 requisites must be properly followed or observed by all our participants or applicants. So I think I have finished my talk within the time I have taken. If somebody has any question, just for 1 minute, they can ask.
Vandami, one question, Vandami.
Yes.
The unconscious mind, you said, what level is that? Is it in the brain level or is it closer to soul? Can you please explain?
Yes, unconscious mind means the karmic body, okay, where every emotions, past memories, and all the what we say karmic impressions are stored there. All karmic particles are stored there. So that is the unconscious mind. That is the unconscious mind. That is the dark area of our existence. And those impressions, whenever some karmic fruitions start coming into action, then they come to the subconscious level, that is the lesha, or you can say bioelectric body, where these emotions or thoughts which are popping up in our mind regarding the past life or in this past life period. So they are coming to this lesha or tejas body, to this physical body, and then they are appearing in our mind or coming into our mind that, oh, that man has done this thing with me long before, okay, or sometimes in the past life. We don't know we don't know that this is done in the past life, but something comes to our mind without any reason. Okay, so these things are coming from the karmic body to your physical body.
So, you know, I heard several times from other teachers also, in order to make changes in ourselves, they say you have to reach to the unconscious mind. So those changes are made at the karmic level, is it?
Yes. So you have to clean your karmic baggages. And that's why this is the practice of religion or spirituality or meditation. Okay. You have to remove all the karmic baggages or files which you have created in not only in this particular life, but also in the past lives, many past lives. You are carrying on, and they are working from within, from unconscious level.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so Dr. Mahesh might have got the answer. I created some pictures so you could see in the presentation when you download it on your computer. But if you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, we can leave.
Samniji, this is Abhishek. One question where I was listening to Muni Mahendra Kumarji and Acharya Mahapragya on the week 1 and week 2 lessons. They talked about that there are multiple planes of our being, if you will, right?
Yes.
And about Preksha meditation, it goes as you take the journey inwards, you're going from your body to your breath to your, as in from a, if I look at it from a Preksha meditation's goal perspective, it starts with the body, deeper than that is the breath, deeper than that is the prana, deeper than that would be Leshya and Chaitanya Kendra, and then Atma and such. So a question came to mind is that is there value in going to like trying to do any meditation that focuses on prana or or the Chaitanya Kendra before you've even mastered being able to be aware of your body and your breath? So should we limit our practices first to just the body and the breath, master that, and then move inwards? Or can you just, because how do we know what prana would be?
It depends on different meditators, on their levels of consciousness, how much developed they have. But for the beginners or for the general, it is as Acharya Mahapragya ji has said, that soul is a non-physical, non-material object, and we have no means to know it directly. We should go through some doors or entrances, because soul is innermost part of our consciousness, of our existence. So we cannot reach directly to that level, but through body, through breath, through pranas, through leshyas, and all other levels of our existence, we can reach eventually to that state. We can realize our own inner self or pure being. So that is possible. But for that, we have to train our mind to see or realize such kind of abstract realities or non-physical realities. So our mind is always very much trained to see the gross object, the physical entities, and not the non-physical. So your mind must have such capacity to see the subtle and non-physical realities. And for that, you have to give some training. So body is very gross, the breath is subtle, the pranas are more subtle, the mind is more subtle, thoughts are more subtle, and then leshyas are more subtle. Then you reach to the Chaitanya Kendra, that is the centers of your conscious energy of soul. So you come in the contact of Chaitanya Kendra, and then you can realize that, oh, yes, I am the soul. I have such and such powers, which I could not realize till today. Okay, so to give training to your mind to see the subtle and non-physical realities of your own, you have to train it step by step.
Thanks, Samnaji. My question was more about, I agree with you, and thanks for the explanation. My question was more about, like, let's leave the soul aside for a second. That's way too subtle. But if I even go to the level of the prana, for example, is there a certain quote unquote entry criteria that you have to be able to achieve with Preksha Dhyan around the body and the breath before you even attempt to get to the state, the pranic stage, if you will. Because the breath is something, the body is physical, the breath is still, it's a physical thing. The
Yes.
pran, for example, is not something, at least physical, that I, at least at the level that I am at, can experience. So does it become experienceable after you've met a certain entry criteria, if you will, doing meditation on body and breath?
Yeah, see, just you have to see that there is some kind of energy which is flowing in all the different parts of our body. You accept it?
Certainly, it's just that I cannot experience it, right? I mean,
Yeah, it is
that is
true.
even
It is not possible just when you start thinking of it or just meditating for a few minutes. But just I'm telling that there is some flow of energy inside the body. And that's why our respiratory system is working. That's why all different organs are working. If that energy stops working in particular part, that part gets paralyzed. Okay, so you should realize, and Reiki and Suzhou, acupuncture, pressure, these are the therapies which are working especially on the energy, the panas.
Yeah, it's not a matter of, I'm not denying that it doesn't exist. My take is that, is there a certain qualifying criteria that has to be met with the body and breath meditation to be able to experience the pranic level? Because right now, theoretically, based on whatever the knowledge I have of medical science, I can say, yes, there is a bioelectric flow around the body, and I could correlate it to that. But between knowing and experiencing, there is a difference. There's a big difference, right? So
Yeah, it is
it was a matter. My question was specifically about, do I have to, before I can experience that flow of the prana, what criteria do I have to meet, or what do I have to be able to get to from a meditation that is focused on the body and the breath, so that I'm in a position, or I'm in the starting stage of being able to experience prana?
Okay, so I will say something in next class. I will ponder on this question. But just my experience says that when you start focusing on breath and other things or body, eventually you come in the contact of that energy also. But you are thinking that some criteria which we have to fix to realize that energy. No, it means that you want to know that how we can realize that energy.
Right. Yeah, give it some
Yes.
thought,
Okay.
and I'll
Yeah.
probably
So
email you with
see,
a.
if you know heard carefully the in the lecture of Acharya Mahapragya ji, he said that when you start uh, quieting your mind and senses, eventually you come in the contact of these subtle energies or subtle entities or powers which are working from within. And I have seen that when you start chanting, suppose mantra, some people chant mantra from day and night. So if you could practice this kind of mantra practice or mantra meditation, or you are chanting mantra for 24 hours, at least for a week, it automatically enters into you. And if you are not chanting in that moment also, you will find that the mantra is going on from within. It is continuously working from within. So when mantra enters into your energy body or energy level, it automatically continues itself without expecting any practice or effort from your side. So that is called antarna. 24 hours, that kind of chanting goes on inside at the level of prana.
That's useful. Thank you, Samneji.
Okay. Yeah.
I have some hint of it. Like, I mean, during Paryushan, when we did even Pratikraman 7 days
Yes.
continuously, even
Yeah.
sometimes now when I'm probably just doing something else, I can
Yes.
almost hear parts of Pratikam just playing inside my head around the same time that I'm used to doing it every day. So
Yes. So
thank
when
you.
you perform any act with full consciousness and at regular basis, without breaking sometimes, it enters into the pran level. Then it runs, what we say, it works without any physical effort. Clear?
Yes, thank you,
Okay.
Samriti.
Okay, so I should not take much more time. I have taken already. So there are some questions I'm thinking, but I have to see. And if somebody wants to leave, they can leave because time is up. But those questions somebody has sent, I want to read out for them if they are staying here. So demonstration of meditation is good. How to sharpen visualization techniques. So that will take eventually when you will go on practicing at regular basis and whenever you are getting time in day and night time. Okay, so that is the answer. Jai Jinendra, everyone. Would anyone be interested in meeting, connecting while outside the Sunday sessions to discuss, share experiences? Okay, so this is the Abhishek. Okay, yeah, so all can say answer to Abhishek. And Khechari Mudra, touching tongue against palate, holding what we say, chin against throat are some of the, yes. Okay, this is.
Shamniji, this is Sanjay. This is something I posted. I read somewhere that some of these techniques can help quieting the thought
Khechari
chain of
Mudra is
thoughts.
actually for what we say, for taking the benefit of serotonin secretions, which happens especially during the Brahma Vela. And because of that, the yogis and the meditators, big meditators, they don't need anything from outside for survival. Even sometimes they don't take water for years and years. Okay, so that is the main purpose of practicing this Khechari Mudra.
And then somewhere, I think I don't know, in Mahapragyaji's book or somewhere, that if you hold your tongue between the teeth, it can help with quietening or calming our mind or stopping the chain of thoughts.
Yeah. Yes, so that is also a kind of Khechari Mudra. But those who are very much into this practice, that is not easy for anybody, or even for me. But yes, if you can hold your tip of tongue of turning upward and taking it inside as much as possible, and stay on the tip of the concentrate your mind on the tip of the tongue, then your mind can start quieting, and you can come out of the non-stop chaining of mind.
And is the, yeah, and there was one other thing. What is the reason behind that? That it's like they say that if you press your chin against the throat, that also kind of helps with this.
Okay, so I have said that why throat relaxation, because vocal cord must be relaxed and stilled. Your mind would automatically be relaxed and stilled. Okay, so that's why when we concentrate on this, then your vocal cord is being controlled.
So when we are practicing the bhav kriya, say throughout the week, is it should we try some of these things if there are too many thoughts in our minds, or to
through mind bhavakriya, you can also be able to control your non-stop chatting or distraction or deconcentration. But that these are different ways to control your thoughts. Okay, so this is also one of the techniques. Mindfulness can also help you to come out of your non-stop chatting of mind, because your mind is always thinking of something another. So when you become watchful to them, As soon as you become watchful, the thoughts start going away or disappearing in few minutes.
All right. Thank you.
Moments. Yes. Okay, so I have to stop here. Thank you for coming and discussing and asking so many questions. So yeah, it helps to clear our mind about the things, what we are learning.
Kritagyosmi, Samniji. Thank you for everybody. Have a good week.
Thank you for coming.
Kritagyosmi Vandani Shamniji.
Okay, thanks.
Kritik Yoshi Samniji, Vandamino Sami Samniji.
Okay, Nainaji. Thank you.